Raiders. Ladies and gentlemen, sports means business, and business means sports. My name is Neal. I'm a rising junior at the University of Oregon. I'm currently majoring in business management with an emphasis on sports management. Today, I want to make predictions about the Week 1 NFL matchups. So here we begin. Game number 1, Packers at the Bears. Now, the Green Bay Packers are very dominant at the offensive end. They do lack some defensive firepower, but the Chicago Bears are in a rebuilding mode. Kevin White out for the season with his torn ACL. I say Packers win that game. Chiefs at the Texans. This is going to be a closer game than we expect. And I'm going to take the Houston Texans in a big upset here. So far, Packers 1-0, Houston Texans 1-0. We continue. Browns at Jets. Gotta go in New York. That defense with Todd Bowles, way too much firepower. He killed it in Arizona, and he's going to dominate in New York as well. They win handedly against the Browns. The Indianapolis Colts at the Buffalo Bills. Rex Ryan takes over Buffalo. It's going to be a good game. But Andre Johnson and Frank Gore, those newly free agent acquisitions at Indianapolis, too much firepower for Andrew Luck. The Colts win that game. Dolphins at the Redskins. Now people say RG3, why is he not starting? He's been struggling. Injury problems are part of football. Kirk Cousins is going to show that he can put the team on his back as they win against a very tough Miami Dolphins defense with newly acquired defensive tackle Ndamukong Suh. The Redskins are still going to win this game. It's probably going to go to overtime. So I suggest if you're TiVoing this game or DVRing this game, add an extra half an hour. It's going to be a good one. Panthers at the Jaguars. Gotta go with Carolina. This is going to be a blowout, no question about it. Even without Kelvin Benjamin, the Carolina Panthers are just way too good offensively and defensively. Jonathan Stewart, look for him to have a big game as well. Seattle Seahawks at the St. Louis Rams. Upset alert. Taking the St. Louis Rams. Yes, the St. Louis Rams to start 1-0. Seattle Seahawks, Super Bowl contenders, going 0-1. Yeah, they're going to get it back on track, but I'm taking Nick Foles and the Rams to win this game in a huge upset. The New Orleans Saints at the Arizona Cardinals. That's going to be an interesting one. Carson Palmer versus Drew Brees. Those guys have some arms, don't they? They sling the ball down the field. I will take the Arizona Cardinals in this one. It's going to be good, but Larry Fitz and John Brown, they're going to show up big time. The Cardinals win this one in a shootout. Lions at the Chargers. I'm going to go with the Detroit Lions. I think they have too much firepower. Matthew Stafford, Calvin Johnson, Golden Tate, and of course a new guy, Amir Abdullah. That rookie can run. Titans at the Buccaneers. Ooh, battle of number 1 versus number 2. We got Winston versus Mariota. I'm an Oregon Duck. Of course I would root for Mariota in this one, but I'm going to take Winston and the Buccaneers to win this game. That defense is way too good. And it goes down to defense versus offense. With these new quarterbacks, they're just getting used to the NFL. Look for the better defense to win, and that would be the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. The Bengals at the Raiders. Gotta go with Oakland. They're way too powerful at home. They look great. Just acquired Aldon Smith, and they're stacked at the defensive end position with Smith, Tuck, Khalil Mack. Look for Latavius Murray and Amari Cooper to show up. The Bengals have a great defensive front. But Oakland looks thirsty to start this season 1-0. Ravens at Broncos. That's a tough one. And this is probably the biggest upset of the week because no one would expect Denver to go 0-1. I'm here to tell you they are going to go 0-1. Baltimore's going to win this game. That offensive line's too powerful for Flacco. There's just no way that the Peyton Manning can really attack this Baltimore defense, number one, and there's no way there can be enough sacks to get to Flacco. The Ravens win this game. Sunday Night Football. Giants at the Cowboys. I'm going to take the Giants. I think the Cowboys have a very difficult season this year. Eli Manning shows up, and he shows up well. Though Victor Cruz has been ruled out, Odell Beckham shows up, and he wins this game for this team. Of course, they also have Rashad Jennings, who's back, and I think Rashad Jennings carries this team. Now we get to Monday Night Football. Here we go. First game, Eagles at the Falcons. I'm going to take the Philadelphia Eagles. This will be a close game, but I have to go with the Eagles. Chip Kelly's offense, Sam Bradford, Jordan Matthews, DeMarco. Also, we got Ryan Matthews. They're just too stacked offensively. They've gotten Byron Maxwell to help out on the defensive end. I think this is going to be purely Philadelphia. It'll be close, but it's just all offense for that team. Julio will get his touchdown, though. So fantasy users, you can start Julio Jones and feel comfortable. Vikings at the 49ers. This is going to be a good one, but I think the 49ers have fallen off miserably. Let's be honest, almost half of their team is gone or left the team, for other teams, arrests. The 49ers are not looking great right now. On the other hand, the Minnesota Vikings have turned it around, and they've gotten the best running back in the NFL, Adrian Peterson, back. The Minnesota Vikings win this game. Now, some fantasy predictions that are very interesting. Number one, at the quarterback position, Carson Palmer, he's going to go off. That New Orleans secondary is good, but Carson Palmer is better. And with Larry Fitzgerald looking to have a monster year, I expect Arizona to have a good game. Next, we got Latavius Murray, a running back. I think he's going to have a good game. The Cincinnati Bengals are a good run defense, but they're not going to be able to stop the Oakland Raiders with their new offensive line. Rodney Hudson helps the Raiders run down the trenches. It's going to be a shootout, but Latavius Murray is just too much for the Bengals run defense to handle. At wide receiver, simple one, we got Calvin Johnson. I mean, that's a no-brainer. San Diego Chargers secondary are not strong enough. And here's a new one, Jordan Matthews. Yes, replacing Jeremy Maclin. Jordan Matthews is going to have a big game. Look for him to get a couple of touchdowns in this one. Not saying he'll go Gronkowski like how he did against the Steelers, but he should have a dominant performance. At tight end, safe bet, Travis Kelce. The Houston Texans are still supposed to win this game, according to my predictions, of course. But Travis Kelce should have a good game. Alex Smith loves his tight ends. Don't expect him to stop using them. Defensively, the Minnesota Vikings. Oh, boy, did they look good with those pair of UCLA linebackers, that secondary, those defensive ends. Oh, my goodness, they look great. The 49ers are in ruins. Kaepernick doesn't know who to throw to. Yeah, he has Torrey Smith and Anquan Bolden. Can he get the ball to them is a real question. They've lost half of their line. The Niners just don't seem like they're going to win on Monday Night Football. And they used to be the kings of Monday Night Football. But got to take that Minnesota defense to be the number one team defensively, fantasy-wise. And finally, our favorite position, the kicker. Justin Tucker of the Ravens. Look for them to not really get a bunch of touchdowns, but get a lot of field goals against the Broncos. It's going to be a very interesting week one. I know you guys can't wait. I sure cannot wait. I'm very excited. For now, thank you all, and get ready for football to start.